Diet. It doesn't have the best connotation for most people. And there are a lot of different diets out there. I mean, what's right? What's wrong? Are crash diets effective? There are a lot of questions, and today we have a few of the answers. Join us as we examine the good, the bad, and the ugly about diets. I'm Mike Tucker, and we're here to help you create your best life possible.
This is Lifestyle Magazine with your hosts, Dr. Charmaine Long, OBDK, Lionel LaMountain, and Mike and Gayle Tucker.
You've got that big event coming up in a couple of weeks and you want to drop a few pounds or maybe even more than a few pounds. So you cut calories. But what if you're damaging your body with too few calories? Is that possible, guys? Can you have too low a calorie count per day and mess up your body?
You can actually throw off your metabolism, throw off your hormone, your thyroid hormone output. It is not advisable to be consuming 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100 calories per day. I think the mentality people have is that if I eat less and I eat less, I can lose weight. But there is a minimal threshold where the body just will shut down. And if you go below that, it's going to shut down and it's going to affect your ability to lose weight.
How does that work, Charmaine?
Well, I think to me, the first question is it depends on who you are.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're someone who's morbidly obese and you're under the direction of a physician, it is an option to do that, and it's usually done with meal replacement, shakes and bars.
Shakes and that.
And they have actually been shown to be very effective in helping people lose weight. But you certainly have electrolyte abnormalities that occur with it. There are definitely metabolic rate changes that can occur with it. And so if you're going to do something like that, it's actually a longer term issue than a couple of weeks. So I think you have to talk about the patient population you're dealing with. You know, OB is dealing with people who are probably not that overweight and who are, you know, really on a fitness track. So it really depends on the patient that you're talking about. But I think when you think about crash diets, one of the things you have to think about in conjunction with that is usually they lead to yo-yo dieting and yo-yoing weight. And so if you're talking about someone who's going to be cutting calories really dramatically for a couple of weeks, they're probably not going to be doing that long term. They shouldn't. It's not safe, for sure. And so they're going to be regaining weight. And one of the things you have to think about is that when you do that, you will lose some fat, but you lose a lot of muscle mass. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to be losing a lot of muscle mass. When you regain the weight, you're going to regain it as fat. And so you're exchanging a lot of muscle probably for fat in the long run. And that's problematic.
Yeah.
And not only is it that it's the type of fat that it is too. So you have to think about subcutaneous fat versus visceral fat, which is in your abdominal cavity. And so when you lose weight rapidly, you typically lose it subcutaneously, and you gain it back. You tend to gain weight on viscerally with visceral fat. And so that's dangerous because the visceral fat is the kind of fat that's bad for you cardiovascularly, and can lead to a lot of cardiovascular,
So basically, for obese people, it sounds like it's only advisable for basically a physician or a registered dietitian to administer an extremely low caloric diet and then constantly monitoring it to make sure that they are able to kind of get them on track. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
correct?
so with those kinds of diets, it's usually about 12 weeks that they do it for, and they go through a process of reintegration of food and monitoring your calories as you come back. But I think that in general for people, you shouldn't drop your caloric intake to less than 1,200 calories without being monitored by a physician.
You know, this doesn't make sense to me, and you're going to help make it sense to me. Because I'm thinking my body probably has 2-3 years of energy stored up somewhere in there.
That's what we think, don't
That's what we think.
That's what we think,
So you're saying I can't tell my body, you're going to use the energy I ate, 2 or 3 weeks ago that's still in these fat cells. I can't force my body to power itself with that stored fuel. That there will be a point where it's going to harm me, is what I hear you saying. I mean, I can't. And the only way to burn off that excess energy then is to just do what he does, work out and stuff like that.
Well, it's unfortunate, but you can't really dictate to your body which energy stores you're going to use when. And so, with rapid weight loss, you have a lot of muscle mass loss too, and that's something that none of us want to happen.
No, I don't want to look any less like him than I already do.
Is
Everybody's
there?
picking on me.
We're just jealous. Is there any kind of formula that can help you know how many calories you should be eating, how many for each individual? I'm sure it's not the same for everyone.
So, I mean, obviously everybody's body type is different, whether you're an ectomorph, endomorph, or mesomorph. But I believe for someone that lives a sedentary lifestyle, someone that's just sitting down, is not active, the formula that I use, ISSA, they advise this formula, and it's worked for my clients, overweight subjects, is 10 to 12 calories per pound. In terms of weight loss. That has worked for most of my clients. I would monitor that though, because it is going to change based on the fluctuation each week.
As they lose weight.
You know?
Ectomorph, endomorph, what was
What
that?
kind of morphs?
We're
I can
morphing.
answer that question, and so can Sharmony, but I think I'm going to give it to Sharmony.
Well, I would like to go back to the
Go ahead.
calories,
You
the
can ignore my
calorie
question.
formula.
It's quite all right.
Because I think that there are certainly guidelines about it, but I think there's so many caveats with it. You know, it really depends. Are you male or are you female? Men need more calories. Are you really active or are you sedentary? And so what I tend to do with my patients is try to assess where they're at with their caloric intake and have them keep a food journal.
Okay, so you know where they're starting.
So you know where they're starting from, and then cut back by 20%. You know, cut back by 10, 20%, and monitor how they do. If they're successfully losing weight, great. Keep them on that until they hit a plateau. And when they plateau and aren't losing weight anymore, you either have to cut the calories further if they want to lose more weight, or you have to increase the activity level.
And what my trainers taught me years ago, so I'm not saying this is, but something I've lived by, similar to you, this is a nice discussion, is they would say 10 to 12 calories per pound of your ideal weight. So I'm all messed up with what I was doing, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So if I was 180 and I'd be 160, I'd have basically,
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
We're going to have to break now. I'm sorry. And I never got an answer to my question. Maybe we'll get that later, you know. I saw what happened there. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Latin Grammy nominee Jaci Velasquez will be with us.
Stay with us. There's more Lifestyle Magazine coming up. The truth is in here. DiscoverOnline.org.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool, really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
Secret's out.
Get the keys to longevity and a better quality of life from your friends at the Seventh-day Adventist Church by visiting www.healthylifeinfo.com.
Jaci Velasquez is a Latin Grammy-nominated vocalist and syndicated radio morning talk show host on Salem communication stations. A few years ago, she was weighed down by an additional 75 pounds. I don't believe it.
Well, you better believe it.
Come on.
Believe it.
Your frame would not hold an extra 75, would it?
I'm 5'3", and I weighed 200 pounds. Let me tell you what happened. I got pregnant.
Yeah?
And I kept eating and having so much fun. And I'd love to say that I had a 75-pound baby when he was born, but no, neither one of my boys were 75 pounds when they were born. It was 7 pounds and the other one was 8 pounds. No, the rest was just me.
That's just incredible. I can't believe that. I mean, as I look at you, you are just, you have to stand twice to make a shadow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll give you a 20.
Yeah. But you lost 75 pounds.
Yeah, you know, losing the baby weight is always a struggle for women.
Absolutely.
It's hard, you know, because you're just trying to, you're holding on for dear life. Just getting your makeup on, getting your hair done, walking out the door is a struggle.
Yeah.
So losing the baby weight is just, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So just making some changes, making some lifestyle changes. It does help for me, specifically, that I have 2 sons that are 15 months apart, 5 and 6 years old. Zealand, who's 6, Soren, who's 5. So it's the running and the gunning, and I'm chasing this one and trying to hold on to this guy's collar while I'm trying to get his brother who's about to jump into the pool and he doesn't know how to swim yet, you know, doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's just staying active, making changes, and knowing that you're probably, if you have kids, you're probably never going to eat a hot meal again ever in your life.
Exactly.
As many times as you have to get up from the table. Mommy, I need this. Honey, can you get me another glass of sweet tea? You guys, I gotta eat too.
Yeah.
But just making some lifestyle changes.
What was it that was a wake-up call for you that you needed to make changes? Was there something specific that happened?
Well, I had a whole wardrobe full of just beautiful clothes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wear anything. And that was not making me happy. That was money that I'd already spent, and I knew I had to get back into my clothes. I knew that I had to feel good. I knew that I had to be ready for toddlers.
Yeah.
So basically, I made changes in such a healthy kind of, but drastic way too, that by the time my youngest was, I want to say 7 months old, I was back into my pants, my trousers.
Wow.
That's fast.
That's fast.
So what did you do?
You know, I just ate little bits here and there, here and there, here and there. My breakfast was always big. I ate whatever I wanted in the mornings.
Yeah.
And then throughout the day, snacks, snacks, snacks. A lot of mistakes that moms make is we think that we have to finish what is left on our kids' plates because we don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah.
And so we fall into that habit. Well, a lot of the things that my son can eat a full pizza, cheese pizza.
Yeah.
I don't need to be eating that.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
So,
I don't.
you know what I mean? It's like,
If it was enchiladas, it would.
I can do the enchiladas. We're okay.
just go low-fat cheese.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, a lot of moms do that, and it's very natural. And then another thing that was really helpful is even though, you know, my kids, they like certain things. They like Oreos. They like cupcakes.
Of course.
I'm not going to sit there and eat them with them. Even though I really have wanted to, and I have been, I made the choice that I'm not going to. A couple bites, and I'm satisfied, and I'm not depriving myself. Because I think once you start depriving yourself, especially, you know, in life, being a mom, you're always putting yourself second anyway. If you deprive yourself on everything,
You'll be very unhappy.
you're going to be
So you eat what you want, but
depressed.
just a bite here, a bite there.
A bite here, a bite there. And
Yeah.
then eating healthy. When you are going to eat something healthy. Make it worth your calories.
Okay.
Absolutely. Did you notice that making the healthy changes in your diet kind of spread over to the rest of your family, so that they started making healthier decisions as well?
Absolutely. My husband gained the baby weight, sympathy weight with me.
Of course, because he loves you.
He loves me.
Yeah, so that's it.
So he gained the weight with me, and he started making some choices himself. So I made this rule in the house of like, I'm going to make lunch what I want to eat for lunch. So if you don't want to eat this, then you're going to have to do something different. So he started going to Subway. He gets a foot-long Subway,
Yeah.
And that's his biggest meal, and I always make him something super healthy for nighhtime.
Okay.
And, you know, just a small portion.
Well, I saw him back just a few months ago. He looks great.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He's super handsome.
Well, I don't know about hands. I'll leave that to you, but his weight seems to be under control.
Yes, and we had both, he got to a place where his blood pressure was really high.
Oh, my.
You know, and we couldn't do that. You know, the kids are too important to us.
Yes.
And some of the choices we also made, because I'm not a workout person. I can't imagine spending half an hour in my car, spend an hour working out, spend a half an hour coming home.
Yeah.
2 hours of my life I've spent away from my husband and my kids from the things I need to get done at home.
Right.
That I'm not going to do that. So what I have to do is I make memories. I bought a trampoline.
Oh, go.
The kids and I go out and jump on the trampoline with a sprinkler, having fun, staying active. You know, and if I'm gonna cheat one day, go ride bikes with the kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Go take them roller skating. We go 2 days a week roller skating, my kids and I. And that's really important to me because I'm also making memories while staying active and staying fit.
And you're teaching them a healthy lifestyle
Exactly.
to live,
Yeah.
which is
Keeping
so
the kids
important.
active.
Yeah.
Keep them
Exactly.
active.
That's awesome.
That is key. So really, it wasn't like you went on some crash diet. You just started doing things better,
Healthier
getting active,
without
making some good
depriving
choices.
myself.
No deprivation.
And staying active.
Good.
And making memories while you're doing it.
Thank you, Jackie. Now, would you be willing to do a segment with us where you show us some of the foods you prepare?
Snacks?
Yeah, the snacks. Would you do that?
Absolutely.
Cool. We're going to do that when we come back. We'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned for more Lifestyle Magazine.
Welcome home, man.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
God loves me so much that he sent down to earth his boy.
God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son.
His one and only Son. And this is why. So that no one needed to be destroyed.
The Heavenly Father loved the human race so very much that he gave his one and only Son.
That he gave his one and only Son.
God loves the world so much that he gave us his Son, Jesus.
That anyone who believes in him will not die.
We're not gonna die.
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish,
but have everlasting life.
Everlasting life.
Eternal life.
And anyone who believes in him will live forever.
And that's a long time.
Beautiful, no matter how you say it. For more on John 3:16 and other texts, go to myfavoritetext.com.
We're back with Jaci Velasquez, and you're going to show us how to make some good food here quickly, right?
Quickly, quick food and stuff that you can save and use throughout the week so you know what you're going to have for lunch, a snack, a meal prepared, and you know how many calories are in it all the time.
Good. Healthy
so
stuff.
first, we're going to, healthy stuff, very important. Use a little olive oil. Get your griddle. You're going to need your oven. Very importante. You're going to get your mushroom. I use portobello mushroom caps. Get them in there.
Yeah.
Put a little bit more olive oil.
A little more olive oil. It's hard to get too much olive oil for me.
Now, olive oil is healthy and it's not so fattening. Get all these guys in here.
All of those.
Get some, so we have some red onion. It makes it look pretty. Depending on your flavor, your tasting, like your taste buds, you can use as much or as little as you like. And if you are gonna cook for not just yourself and your significant other is not going to eat the same thing, don't use so much onion or so much garlic.
Yeah.
If
But
you know what I'm
both
talking
eat
about,
it, you're
then
okay.
you're good to go.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
You're fine.
Self-defense.
And so we got some little garlic in there.
Little
You want
garlic.
some garlic, some salt, get all this stuff in there.
That's good.
And then, so you're gonna move on to peppers. Poblano peppers, depending on how spicy you like it. They say the spicier that you eat, the more calories you burn.
Oh, that's good.
Because you're sweating and
That's right, you're sweating.
Your body's working.
And that is true. When I eat the peppers, woo,
You sweat, right?
I do sweat. I
Yep.
love it, and I sweat.
We like spicy stuff in our house for sure.
Yeah,
Me
well.
more so than my husband.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I love the Mexican food. I love anything spicy.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go.
You betcha.
And to get extra protein in there, I use black beans. You can use pinto, whatever you prefer. Black beans, brown rice. This is important.
Yeah.
Brown rice is going to make it all easier if you get it the steam in a bag kind.
Ah, it's
It
quicker.
makes quicker. You're going to save
Easier?
time,
Okay.
and you're not going to possibly burn
the
your rice because it's very
Gotcha.
easy to do. And when you're a mom and a wife and you're trying to do laundry
All right.
and load the dishwasher, it's very
Gotcha.
easy
All right, we're about 2
to
minutes here.
forget those things. All right. Here we go. Put some cheese.
Good,
Get
good,
some
good.
feta cheese, low-fat cheese, whatever you prefer. Salt, pepper.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Uh-huh. You want to get your, you don't have to use pepper. I actually don't. Balsamic vinegar, drizzle.
Okay.
Drizzle a bit on each.
Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle.
Put it in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes.
All right. Should I bring out the finished product and see what
Yes.
that looks like?
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm going to show you what you end up with.
Aha. That looks good enough to eat right there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's beautiful. What else we got?
Well, then we're going to make you a healthy snack.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. Guacamole.
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 Yes.
You can eat it however you feel comfortable. I typically like it with a low-calorie chip. You can even eat it with carrots. You want to check your avocados. They need to be not too ripe, not too hard. It's important that they have a little bit of softness. It's like the palm of your hand.
Okay.
You want to get those, pit it, skin it, roll it in, throw it into a bag.
Yeah. Roll it up the.
Not a palm. I mean the outside of
the
your
back,
hand.
yeah, that's the palm. That's the back. I just a little anatomy
It's still
here.
mommy brain. It's
Okay,
mommy brain for
all right.
6 years now. So in your bowl, then I like my stuff spicy. Once again,
Right.
jalapeno, lemon juice.
Oh, that
Toss
sounds
it in
good.
there. You want to get your fresh garlic is really good. Then salt and pepper. Salt and pepper.
Yeah, yeah.
Here.
Where we got that? There we go.
Well, I always say pepper, but it's actually only salt. You can
Just
also
salt.
use garlic salt.
Okay.
It'll work. Mix it together. Have a snack. It's worth the try. And it's a healthy snack with good protein, high in protein. And hummus and
it's great.
It's all good. All this stuff
We'll
is
be
healthy.
back with the crew in just a moment.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Some secrets are meant to be kept. Some are meant to be shared. But the secrets that matter most are the secrets of the kingdom. Secrets of the Kingdom will take your children on an audio quest they will want to experience again and again. Your children will follow their guide Silversong as he takes them on a journey to a most special place called the Kingdom, to meet someone who loves them very much. This wholesome story of faith, prayer, hope, and love is dramatically created with narration, dialogue, sound effects, and songs. Secrets of the Kingdom is available on CD or cassette for $9.95 plus shipping. Just call our toll-free number, 888-940-0062. That's 888-940-0062. And ask for Secrets of the Kingdom on CD or cassette. Secrets of the Kingdom. Let the adventure begin today.
secret's out.
Get the keys to longevity and a better quality of life from your friends at the Seventh-day Adventist Church by visiting www.healthylifeinfo.com.
My father grew up in an abusive home. It was so violent that he decided at the age of 8 years old to take himself and his sister to go live in what he considered to be a safe environment with his grandparents. But it wasn't as safe as he thought it was. Now, this family is a big family, many, many children. Some were old enough to be my father's father. Some were just a little bit older than Dad was, maybe 4 or 5 years older. They were his aunts and uncles. But they seemed like brothers and sisters, though they weren't. But that's how close in age they were. Well, one day, he was walking into the kitchen. They didn't see him, but one of his aunts was talking to his grandmother, saying, "Put them in an orphanage. There's no room for them here." Now, they never knew that he overheard them. And he overheard them more than once in those first few months that he and his sister lived in that safe environment. And Dad said, "I never knew if on any given morning this would be the day that Grandma and Grandpa would take us to an orphanage and say goodbye forever." And he said it really haunted him for decades, the feeling of not really fitting in, the feeling of being unworthy and undeserving, because you expect your family should love you, but his first home with his dad didn't love him, and now this home with his grandparents didn't make him feel accepted and loved. And so he went through his life feeling like he never measured up and that he was never worthy of people's love. And he said, "Lionel, if I have one thing to teach you," he said, "don't let anyone dictate how much you're worth. You and you alone, with your Creator, get to decide how valuable you are." So I've tried to live that life lesson from my father. That's why I'm sharing it with you today, because I would hope no one would determine how much you're worth either except for you. Give yourself the gift of this breakthrough and start living life to the fullest today.
Thank you so much, Lionel.
Welcome, Mike.
This has been a great program, and I want to know what your takeaway is from all of this.
That you can give in to your cravings. Just take 2 or 3 bites and put the rest away.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that, we're not talking about diet, we're talking about long-term life change.
Yeah.
Jackie obviously made some really significant changes in her life, and I think everybody out there can do that too.
Yeah. And I think it's a matter of looking for the right motivation. What is it that motivates you to do it? What's important?
Don't look at it from a short-term perspective, look at it from a long-term perspective.
I love that.
Make it a healthy lifestyle.
Yes. And for me, it's, you know what? You've got the power to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can make a decision. You can make a difference in your own life today. That is inspiring to me. Jackie did it. Everybody else can do it. That's cool. So thank you to Jaci Velasquez. Thank you for our entire team here. And thank you for being a part of this one as well. We look forward to seeing you again next time. But until then, you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Lifestyle Magazine. Visit us online at lifestyle.org, where you can watch more programs and get more information on our guests. To get a copy of today's offer, call 888-940-0062. And be sure to visit our website at lifestyle.org.